The air on Erythra 7 always felt cooler after sunset, carrying the soft scent of glowing flowers that bloomed only under the twin moons. It was the kind of night that made even dangerous places seem peaceful. And it was on a night like this that my life with Lyra shifted again, quietly, gently, but unmistakably. We sat together on the balcony of the outpost, our legs dangling over the edge, watching the silver-blue glow of the horizon. 4 days after I chose to stay, things had been calm. Too calm. And calmness had a way of exposing emotions we both tried to hide. Lyra leaned against my arm, her lavender skin shimmering in the moonlight. "You're quiet tonight," she whispered. I took a slow breath. "Just thinking. About leaving?" Her voice was softer than the night wind. "No," I said instantly. "About what staying really means." She didn't look at me, but her fingers slowly slid across mine, warm and hesitant. "And what does it mean to you?" "That I'm not going anywhere," I said. "That this place, you feel like home." The words seemed to freeze her. For a moment, she didn't move at all. Then she slowly turned, her golden eyes wide and luminous. "Alex, you mean that?" "Yes," I said quietly. "I chose you. Not by accident. Not because I was stranded. I chose you." Her breath caught. She was always composed, always calm, always the strong one in the room, but now, she looked like someone trying not to fall apart. Then, she whispered, "Don't ever take it back." I touched her cheek lightly. She leaned into the touch like she had been waiting for it for a long time. And for a moment, the entire galaxy felt quiet. Daily life, new emotions. It didn't feel like patient and nurse anymore. It didn't feel like strangers stuck together by fate. It felt like something fragile and growing. In the mornings, Lyra brewed a warm herbal drink from a native plant she called Sudia, sweet, faintly glowing, and surprisingly addictive. She always handed me the first cup, even if she hadn't had any yet. "You need it more," she'd say. "No," I'd tease, "you're just trying to keep me alive so I'm your helper forever." She'd give me that small, rare smile. Perhaps. We worked side by side in the medical lab, our shoulders brushing often, sometimes accidentally, sometimes not. When our hands touched while passing a tool, neither of us pulled away quickly anymore. Every now and then, she'd fall silent, watching me with an unreadable look. Not scientific. Not cautious. Something warmer, deeper. I'd pretend not to notice, but I always felt my pulse quicken. Unexpected feelings. One afternoon, while repairing a portable scanner, the tool slipped and cut my finger. "Oh damn." Lyra turned instantly, her eyes narrowing. "You're hurt." "It's just a scratch." "No. Sit." She pulled me closer, her fingers wrapping around my hand. The warmth of her touch traveled all the way up my arm. She inspected the cut with gentle precision. "You're reckless," she murmured. "Every time you touch something mechanical, you get hurt." "You didn't complain when I helped fix the outpost shields," I joked. "That was different. You were protecting yourself. And me." I smirked. "So you do care." Her grip tightened slightly. She didn't deny it this time. "Of course I do," she whispered. She activated a healing spray, Cool Mist, a faint glow. But she didn't let go of my hand right away. For a breathless second, neither did I. The sudden storm. That evening, a sudden thunderstorm rolled in, violent, electric, shaking the ground. Storms on Erythra 7 weren't normal storms. The sky cracked with glowing red lightning, the air hummed with energy. "Alex," Lyra said, grabbing my arm, "stay close. Energy storms can trigger hallucinations." We stepped inside just as the sky exploded in color. The outpost lights flickered. She turned to check the controls, but another thunderous crack startled her, and she instinctively grabbed my shirt. Our faces ended up inches apart. I'm sorry, she stuttered, pulling her hand back slowly. I caught her hand before she could move away. It's okay, I said softly. Hold on to me if you want. She stopped breathing for a moment. Then whispered, I want. The storm raged outside, lighting up the room in flashes. But inside, everything felt warm, too warm. We sat side by side on the floor, backs against the wall, close enough that our shoulders touched with every breath. Lyra's hair floated in the charged air, brushing my cheek now and then. She looked down, voice trembling slightly. When you almost died in the crash. I felt something I shouldn't have felt. Fear. Yes, she said. Fear of losing someone I barely knew. I turned to face her. Lyra, you don't have to hide it. I wasn't trained for this, she whispered. For feelings. For you. You don't have to be trained, I said gently. You just have to feel. Her eyes lifted to mine. Then I feel too much, she said. Outside, the storm roared, but between us, the silence grew thick and electric. I lifted a hand and brushed a strand of her floating hair behind her ear. She didn't move away. Her voice was barely audible. Alex, stay close. I leaned closer. I'm right here. And for a long moment, we stayed that way, two beings from different worlds, finding the same heartbeat. After the storm. By morning, the sky cleared. The world sparkled, washed clean. But something between us had shifted permanently. Lyra was quieter that day, soft, thoughtful, watching me when she thought I wasn't looking. Finally, I asked, are you okay? She hesitated. I am, adjusting. To what? To how much closer you stood during the storm. To how I didn't want you to move. I smiled softly. I didn't want to move either. Her cheeks darkened, her species version of a blush. I know. At noon, she approached me while I was checking supplies. She stood extremely close, closer than she ever had during normal tasks. Alex, she murmured, I want to show you something. What is it? Follow me. She led me through the glowing forest behind the outpost, where bioluminescent plants swayed softly like living lanterns. After a while, the path opened into a hidden valley with a crystal lake glowing faintly violet. This place is sacred, Lyra whispered. My people believe the lake shows your truth, when you look into it with someone you trust. Someone you trust? I echoed. She turned to me, and for the first time, she didn't hide the emotion in her eyes. Yes, she whispered. You. We knelt by the water, the surface reflecting both of us, our faces close, our expressions soft. Lyra's fingers brushed mine first. Then she intertwined them slowly, deliberately. Alex, she whispered, I don't know if humans feel what I'm feeling. But I can't stop thinking about you. Worrying about you. Wanting to sit beside you when the moons rise, wanting to hear your voice when the storms come. My heart hammered. Lyra. I feel the same. Her breath trembled. Then tell me. I think about you all the time, I said. When you smile. When you look at me like you're trying to understand my soul. I want to be where you are. For the first time, Lyra's confident facade melted entirely. She looked vulnerable, hopeful. Slowly, she lifted her other hand to my cheek, her touch feather-light. Then stay by my side, she whispered. Not because fate brought you here. Not because I saved your life. Stay, because your heart wants mine. I pressed my forehead lightly against hers. It felt natural. Warm. Like our worlds fit perfectly in that moment. I'm not going anywhere, I whispered. Her fingers tightened around mine. Then let us walk this world together. The near kiss. We sat together on the grass, hands still intertwined. The glowing forest hummed softly. The lake reflected both moons above us. Lyra leaned closer. Her voice was a breath against my skin. Alex. My heart pounded. She lifted her face slowly, nervously, as if she was approaching something sacred, not sure if she should. I leaned in too. Our breaths mixed. Our foreheads touched again, lower this time, almost at the bridge of our noses. But just as our lips were an inch away, a distant alarm echoed from the outpost. Lyra froze. I sighed. Of course. She laughed softly, an actual laugh, warm and genuine. The galaxy always interrupts. Next time, I whispered. Her amber eyes glowed warmly. Yes. Next time. She didn't move away immediately. Instead, she pressed a soft, lingering kiss to my cheek, barely a whisper of a touch, but enough to make my entire chest feel warm. Let's go, she murmured, taking my hand as we stood together. A bond growing stronger. As we walked back to the outpost, hand in hand, something felt different. Stronger. Real. More than survival. More than gratitude. Something blooming, slow, tender, and impossible to ignore. Lyra squeezed my hand gently. Alex Ray. I think my world is changing because of you. I looked at her, feeling the same truth echo inside me. And I think I'm exactly where I'm meant to be, I said. Under the twin moons, with her beside me, the universe didn't feel dangerous anymore. It felt like home.